Ooh, man. What's up, Storm Watchers? I just got back from seeing Retro Rhino's first episode on Bleach on the Thousand Year Blood War arc. And I gotta say, man, I was I was really surprised. I was actually like just up in my seat. Like I literally saw this episode twice. One just to see it, and another just to make sure that I caught everything and saw everything. And of course, so I can be like completely just in depth, completely correct when I made this quick rant discussion vid for y'all. Hmm. I kind of like at first. I'm gonna have to say I kind of like the fact that they more or less started the episode by showing Juha Bach was fighting a younger Yamamoto from approximately 10,000 years prior from the current story of Bleach. I kind of like they showed that as this is the eventual conflict that will occur in the episode or occur into this fan created series. Like it's just in that first like give or take 17 to 18 seconds of the video, you already just get a clear distinction of what you're going to be in for or how's the plot going to be set up. That's a lead more so say. It's like more so journalism. The lead, more or less, it's the attention grabber. It's made to automatically lure you in or give you a clear idea of what's going on or how the story or how the article or how the report is going to kick off, what you're going to be in for, what's going to be supplied and what for and whatever. And that's pretty much what that video did more or less. It was that scene alone more or less set up what we're going to be in for, how this is going to be, how this is going to take place, and what the sequel of events are going to be like. More or less giving you a general of how the story is going to be and whatnot, and especially with Uryu waking up, pretty much and his eventual cut he found and how Uryu being Uryu, always quiet and distant and always think to himself, but still you can give speculations or a guess that something is bothering him because he's acting even more peculiar than ever in that Pacific scene. So you kind of know like there's going to be something going on. Of course, you do the other alternative, like those who read the comic, but you already got to just feel just in that 17 to 30 minutes like that. You know what the conflict is gonna be about, who's in it, how we're gonna learn more about it, and then it's followed up just like journalism. Each sentence more or less is made to reel you in. It's supposed to put suspense or a strong sequel events that will keep you attached and not deter you from it being mundane or just completely being utterly pointless. But I feel like every scene just led up to something great or something eventual that will keep you allured or entertained or keep you guessing of what's going to happen next and whatnot. So I like that. That was a good set of sequel of events. There's some real creators out here who be working for these big business companies. I think y'all, yeah, I think those who owning those monopolies, man, I think y'all kind of missing out right now. Got some talent right here, but then on the other hand, I can see why if they're on their solo, because niggas is getting screwed over. But that's all besides the point. I'm just pretty much flattering Retro Rhino and the studio they're for. Uh, so yeah, that's besides the point. Um, I also want to get on how on how just so like remarkable some of the voices are. Like, of course, like some are really off-putting and they're like really apart, or they don't sound like the original characters and whatnot. Like some are just really off-putting, like Rukia and Ikaku. They kind of sound like they're talking here and there, but I feel like they nailed most of the head. They nailed most of the heads. Uh, to the most of the voices. Like you can still hear, although some voices here were pretty off-putting. Like I said before, you can still hear that they tried their best. They gave it their all. So yeah, I like the effort. I like that there's actually voice actors that's actually putting their whole foot into this. You know what I'm saying? Although from looking at the credits twice to make sure what I saw, Johnny Young Bosch has reprised his role as Ichigo, so that's no surprise on how good he is. Like at first, I pretty much thought everyone was, impersonators of the original cast, but now Ichigo, that is played by Johnny Young Bosch himself. But aside from that, most of the voices are pretty like really spectacular. Even how some voices may be off-putting, like Ikaku and Rukia, you can still hear, or even Uryu, also forgot Uryu. You can still hear, they tried their best. They really put their foot into it. They actually, feel the characters, not just playing them. Like, come on, Ichigo, we have to go. We have to stop them. We have to stop them. Come on, Ichigo. Like you can actually tell, it's not half-assed. They actually put their foot into the voices, even though how some of them may be off-putting or not, so rememberable to the original one. But you can still hear that, they actually did put a lot of time and effort to it. So in voice acting, they pretty much did a phenomenal job on that. I mean, it could still be a bit better. They can raise their pitch up a bit because I actually was kind of surprised like how low pitched and sound the episode was. I think they kind of need to fix, get the few bugs on it. I could barely hear it. Like I had to turn my not only the YouTube volume all the way up, I had to turn my computer volume all the way up, and although it was good and it was I can still hear it, it still wasn't good enough. I thought I had to like get my speaker just to hear it, but yeah, I'm just saying the audio could be a little bit higher, and the off-putting voices, although yes, have a lot of effort, don't sound pitch perfect, which is not a bad thing. But I just feel like and there's is a lot of emotion, there is a lot of impact put into them, but I feel like it could still use a bit more work, a little more chutzpah into the uh, into the actors. I mean, like they say never overact, but I feel like it is kind of necessary if you want to get it perfect. But overall, I actually think the voice acting is pretty spot on uh, in this episode. On animation, which is actually the most interesting part about it, I enjoy it. I really do actually enjoy it. I mean, not insulting them, of course, people. So I already know what y'all feeling by probably putting your murder attempt comments down below. You're probably like fucking molesting that thumbs down button and whatnot. But I'm just saying, although it was good, it would never be as picture perfect as Shueisha or whoever the hell is did the Bleach anime. Those scummy fucks. I'm not even gonna say them by name. They can, you know, burn in hell or something, or get eaten by hollows. I don't know, some shit. I mean, I'm not wishing death upon them, but I feel like there's no point in mentioning them because fuck them. I mean, they're somewhat okay good actors. Animators, because I'd be hearing like a lot of stories about how bad some of these big time anime companies animation be, like how blotchy or how wavy or how just ugly as shit it is. So yeah, they of course you can't expect Retro Rhino to be as good as the Giants, but in that the animation was still acceptable in this episode. Um, the contour was great. The coloring was spot on. It was really reminiscent to old fashioned Bleach. So it really actually put a sense of nostalgia to me. You know what I'm saying? The colors were used great, so yeah, that's all I'll say about that. The contour was perfect. The illustrations were good, although in certain parts it was a bit iffy. So that could use some work. But then again, at the end of the video, Retro Rhino said himself that episode 2 is gonna shit over episode 1. So my guess is that it's a work in progress in terms of animation and whatnot, or probably even more amongst other things he mentioned in the video. Uh, and I feel like the overall actual outlines of most of the characters were great. Should have had more work to them, more impact. Could have been more darker, more round, not round, but darker. Could have make them stand out more. Make them look bolder. They're put into this really this really high hue and high use of color background, but they just come off as these really mushy and splotchy characters in the background. Like their foreground is almost nearly just blends in with the background. But I feel like in that being an easy fix, they should make the overall characters have a darker outline so they can contrast from it, so they can stand out more and not just look like just another blotchy color in the background, being almost recognized and camouflaged with the background. They should be, their own separate entities. You know what I'm saying? The backgrounds are great, actually. High use of color, and it's really reminiscent to Bleach and whatnot. The dark grittiness, the shadow and all that, the color, the hue, the value. It was great. But I'm just saying the foreground, which are the characters, should should their overall outlines. They should stand out from the background. They should be in front. They should be bold. The outline should be thicker, so you actually you can actually tell the difference sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, overall, the animation is great. Could use a bit more work, but then again, Retro Rhino said that episode 2 in the next 4 to 5 years, why must we wait so long? Is gonna pretty much make that look like fucking kindergarten. So, like I said before, it's a work in progress. All I'm just saying is that the foreground characters should stick out more, so they wouldn't be uh, completely blend in with the background, or just look like just walking, talking splotches. So yeah, animation was great, but it could use some more work. That's all I'm just saying it as. I'm gonna have to give it actually an exceptional. I actually like really fucking enjoyed it. It was like it's just so good to just see Bleach back. I don't care if Shueisha's doing it, or if it's a video game or a live action adaptation, or excuse me, or a spin-off manga. It's just good, or a one shot. It's just good to see Bleach again in animation, in an episodic case. It's good to see it in outside in that medium than if it's other ones such as video games and movies. It's just good to see Bleach again in this type of fashion. And amongst other things, they actually did do a pretty good they did a pretty good damn job, man. So yeah, that's all I'm going to say. And speaking about art, and I was rambling about the shade and all that. Yeah, I should check out my Deviantart Gallery. I posted my new project, my project that I kept talking about, and y'all should check it out, man. Tell me what y'all think about it. I mean, I reviewed Retro Rhino, so equivalent exchange. Y'all should do the same for me. Give y'all feedback and y'all criticism on my pieces. And like and subscribe if you like this quickie review and what I had to say about it and whatnot. It's pretty good. Uh, and this could be next step in direction. I mean, I'm just saying they got fucking Johnny Young Bosch to do Ichigo. This pretty much famous anime voice actor period, to do this really, I wouldn't say low budget, but not highly budget video. It's like it's something like they could They could buy out the whole fucking cast of Bleach. Just do these episodes. You know what I'm saying? I'm fucking Ishiwasha. Although I'm not completely ditching it because there have been rumors that Ichigo may have a comeback next year. So I'm not completely just throwing that in the pit and covering it with dirt. But just saying, they could. This could be a step in a new direction. You know what I'm saying? Especially Johnny on Bosch, who actually openly came out and said he enjoyed voicing Ichigo. But that's all I'm just saying. Like and subscribe. Give thumbs up if you like the video. You want more videos like these? Subscribe. Give a notification. So every time y'all know that I make a video, come straight right to y'all. And like always, man, the Eye of the Storm is watching y'all.